A dazzling facility located here in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Only one team will keep the winning ways going to start the season as we're off in week 2. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Set.
Robinson on the inside give. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Go! Ready?
Staying with Robinson. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
Let's go now.
Throwing from the pistol, Penix. It's into the hands of Mooney. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Set up. Ready, ready.
Going right side, Robinson with it. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Warrior 70. Go.
3rd down, it's Penix. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. So now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. so they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Here we go, set.
They're going play action. Searches from the pocket. To march it forward after they accept the penalty.
On the jump.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Back to 60, back to 60.
Play action on first down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust some tackles and keep those legs pumping.
18 back. 70 ring, 70 ring. Check go.
From the 16. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings finish off their opening drive. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Ready.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ready.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Set. Hut, hut.
Another carry for Robinson. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Javon Hargrave.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Ready, ready.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Let's go. Ready, ready.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll run it with Robinson. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Let's go. Viking 18. Take go.
Once more, it's Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Falcons hold a slim 2-point lead early. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Younghoe Koo on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons, the defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And it's fielded but not returned from the end zone, so the ball's going to be placed at the 30-yard line. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Launches one deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Escapes the pocket. And he's out of bounds just behind that line. Only a yard or 2 lost, but Brock, we all know, still qualifies as a sack.
He only lost a yard, but how many times do we see a team who are just a yard or inches short on 4th down? Well, every little bit counts. He's got to just throw that one out of bounds. Don't run it out for the sack.
Come on. Set. 19 Lions. Trap 60. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he finds it in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a second quarter lead. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Play action, here's Penix. Looking. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Ready.
Trying again following the sack. Oh, what a hit. Jars the ball loose. It's picked out by the Vikings going the other way. And after losing a hold of that one, he's still shaken up on the play. So we'll see team personnel out there to tend to him. They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
And he finds him in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings grow their lead off the turnover. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Penix working from the gun. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
No. Take go.
Penix now. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. It's a gain of 22. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
70 Lions. Shut up.
Handoff now to Robinson. And he'll advance this down to the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
Come on. Set.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Here we go.
Penix here from the gun. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return starts at the 9. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but but so is the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard.
Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short fields, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's six the other way.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He goes out of bounds on the return. They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He's on the move. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Minnesota spends its second time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. They're going for this. He connects downfield on 4. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
To throw it on first down. Hutchinson reels it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And now they face second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, and not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep the quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Cougar 19. Hup.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now the give for Bijan. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Chop 60, chop 60. Rig alert, rig alert. Ready?
Throw on 3rd down. Rolling left, buying some time. Bateman hauls it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And the Falcons will have a 1st. Throwing off the play fake here. Escapes out to the left. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jabril Peppers with the pick. And the Vikings will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
So the big play has them well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Has some space inside the 15. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Let's go.
They give it to him again. Oh, and he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense. And that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go. And up.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. On target to Godwin. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, Penix finds his target, Robinson. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
And up. Check up.
Shotgun snap, we give to Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pitts brings it in. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Falcons will have a first.
Here we go. Sack. Ready.
This is Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Huh.
They'll run it with Bijan. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Ready. Cup 19. Cup 19. Panther 11. Panther 11. 79 Bronco. Ready.
Here's Penix to throw. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. So now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
First and 10 now from the 30.
And 70 Lions.
to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Oh, he got way too much under that one. Too high, that's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hockenson. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Okay, ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Ready. 18, right here. Go.
Dropping back to throw. On the move, headed right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 38 out of the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Cut out left. Escapes a defender. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Vikings grow the lead to 7. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
60 Eagles. Go. 70 Timberwolves. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 type. 19.
Penix. Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Let's go, let's go.
Working quickly here.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Third down give to Robinson. Oh, baby, he gets dropped and the ball is out. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Getting out to his left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
And he's going to fight his way down to the 35-yard line. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Setting up a throw. Caught by the open man. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. That one right down the middle. And the Vikings lead by 15 now. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Come on, go!
A toss now to Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, Kate, you were out there with me on the West Coast, and I was spoiled and you were spoiled. When we watch that Legion of Boom, we watch 2 of the best safeties in the game, Cam and Earl, bringing the pain, bringing the heat, bringing tackles just like that for significant losses.
The 6-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 11.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in prime time. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return.